How's it going, guys? Swanee and Cookie are back with another podcast. Now, we took a little bit of time off because we were hoping that EA/DICE would have news, and we didn't actually expect to go on such a long hiatus of videos, but as you guys could tell, there hasn't been any news. Each day we're like, come on, maybe the next day, maybe the next day. Alright, it's getting kind of tedious now. It's got to be tomorrow, and we still don't have anything. So here we are with this podcast.
Here we are.
Basically, everything we've said has pretty much come true. Like we originally predicted.
No, everything negative.
We
said
everything negative we said has it hasn't come true. Exactly, because it's worse. Because we were like, all right, if they want to save this game, they have to do this by this point in time if they have any prayer, and they didn't do it. Like, back in December, we're like, I wonder what Season 2 is going to be. It didn't come in January. We're like, all right, I guess it's coming in February, and nothing. And we're like, all right, it has to be in March. And then we had that podcast. We were like, all right, if they want to actually have any hope of saving this game, then there's going to be like a roadmap, and there's going to be all this kind of stuff at the beginning of March, and then maybe we would get it at the end of March. We would get the progression system update, and then maybe have something in April, and then something for the solo movie. But as we draw closer and closer, it's already March 10th as we're recording this, and there's not been any hint at any new information. There's not been anything. And they came out with these Hoth skins, or the Luke Hoth skin, and it's obvious what they're doing now. They're drawing it out. Like, the challenges are ridiculously easy.
Why even do that at this point? Like, are you really, why even try to draw out content with Hoth skins? It's such a pathetic attempt. Nobody's stupid enough to think this is content. Nobody. It doesn't, jetpack cargo is one thing, okay? At least that added something new, something we haven't had
Which they
before.
Didn't take advantage of that either.
Yes,
they didn't do the double XP or double credits.
Don't worry. Hey, let's not focus on the crumbs of stupidity. Let's focus on those big-ass, giant loaves of bread of moronity that the developers are...
Oh, Cookie's angry.
Everybody involved. I am pissed. It's just so dumb. But, the Hoth skins, it's such a pathetic excuse for content. You cannot be serious with these Hoth skins.
Oh, they are serious.
This is what they think, constitutes as content. It's a massive insult to their fan base, whatever little fan base they still have. And they're still trying to draw this out like it's content. We know that, I guess, they're going to do the same thing with Han and Leia Hoth skins. And I know we've already got a podcast about the Hoth skins, so we don't want to talk about that the whole time. But it's so dumb. And it's such an insult to think that we'll be okay with that as content. It's just not even close. I mean, it makes Iden's TIE Fighter look amazing in comparison.
Which is sad. But,
sad.
So we don't know when the next patch is going to be. They said they're finishing it up, on Wednesday or something, but we probably won't see that for, another 2 weeks or so. And I almost guarantee it won't have the progression system in it, because I'm sure they would have told us by now. I don't think they're going to tell us the day of, oh, by the way, here's the progression system.
I mean,
the problem is that
dumb communication, but I would think if they had something that special, they would give us a little notice, because it's one of the only things they've managed to do in the past 3 months. So I would think they'd want us to get excited for it first.
Do you think this game's salvageable? More there are so many people. We get comments every day. You guys in the community is one thing, but you try running a Star Wars channel. We get tons of comments. And the majority of them are like, why do you still play this game? Or, I quit playing this game months ago. Or, this game's garbage. It's just the same stuff over and over and over. People are fed up with this. And if I went to, other channels' comment sections, because we haven't been making videos, so I wanted to see what other Star Wars channels were doing. And all their comments are loaded with that stuff. They're like, oh, this game's getting old. This game's stupid. Why is there no content?
Yeah, it gets worse if you like go onto at EA Star Wars Twitter or Dennis's Twitter or anybody involved in this game's Twitter or anybody involved in this game's YouTube videos. It's nothing but what in God's name
the
are
problem
they doing?
is this progression system. It's not going to have much of an effect on a lot of people. Like, they said they want to bring in new people with this progression system. That's not going to. It's too late.
You're not bringing.
It's too late for that.
With that, no.
Like, that you have to have content to bring in new people. And I don't think there's going to be enough. Like, I don't think the content, unless it's something significant, which I guarantee isn't going to be at this point, it's not going to bring back new people. It's just not. It's not worth it. Like, I would much rather have had the same crap progression system with new heroes than wait a freaking half a year to get this progression system change, which isn't going to affect me after 6 months.
Well, it's scary because, like, all these little thoughts we had back when, where we're like, it's not going to go that route, is it? And I'm like, they couldn't. They wouldn't be stupid enough. I remember when I first heard about this progression system, like, we wouldn't get news till March. I'm like, there's no way. They can't really be wasting this much time on this stupid progression system, can they? They don't really think that's worth it. They really think that's worth it. Are they insane?
They do.
And because it won't bring anybody new. Okay, obviously, like you said, it will not bring anybody new because no one's gonna be like.
If it does, it's not
different. It's not a sexy.
Numbers.
It's not a sexy term. It's gonna be like, hey guys, new progression system. Who gives?
Yeah,
it's not.
That's
it
like,
doesn't sound. It's not.
That's like if I got pissed off at Call of Duty because they have the prestige mode. That's like if they advertise, well, we got rid of the prestige mode. It's not like I want to go out and buy Call of Duty because I thought the prestige mode was stupid.
When you fix something
that's not
broken,
a selling point.
That's not sexy. That's not a sexy selling point. That's like a patch.
How are they going to advertise
that?
that?
We have a nice patch.
Our game's not broken anymore, everybody. Come buy it. No, they have to do like a new... They have to do like a relaunch of this game. They need to basically just be like, all right, in May, we're going to give you 4 heroes. They're going to be Clone Wars, and there's going to be some Han Solo stuff. And they basically have to completely re-advertise and relaunch this damn game if it has any prayer of survival. Because they're not going to give us squat this month, just another patch. They're not going to give us anything in April because that's too far away from Solo. It's obviously Solo at this point. Like, it has to be. They're not going to give us DLC 2 months in a row.
Miracle from heaven. It's going to be Solo.
It's going to take more than that.
God can't save this game.
Well, look at this.
More than a miracle.
We talked about this the other day in the Discord. It's so obvious that they haven't made any DLC for this game. People still defend this game. They're like, well, they gave us DLC in December. That wasn't DLC. They had that already made at launch, and they just waited till 3 days before the movie to give us that, to build hype. Well, if you seriously think that they made that DLC...
Yeah.
Well, I guess those aren't the people we're talking to.
Yeah. They don't. No, I'm saying they don't compare to the... Literally...
But there's people that think that they made those characters between launch and December. Like, that's DLC. That's not... Look at how long it's taking us now to get DLC. And it's not even announced yet. Mm-hmm. And it's freaking March.
To answer your earlier question about whether the game is salvageable or not, I think your idea about almost doing a re-release is probably the best they can hope to do at this point. I can't think of a game that's done something like that before. Maybe you can. But that would almost make sense. If they just almost re-released the game, even if it took like June or July or something, like saying, big Clone Wars, Star Wars Battlefront 2 kind of thing. I have no idea what that would even look like.
Then they wouldn't capitalize on Solo.
But... they might as well give up on Solo.
They're
not getting anything out of that.
That is the only thing that would justify all these months of nothing. would be that they're just waiting to just explode with new stuff. Because they said microtransactions are going to come back. Like, they already told their stockholders and everything that microtransactions are coming back for this game. They're confident in that. Like, why would they put so much confidence in this game if they're not doing shit for it? Like,
that's the ultimate question. I don't know how to answer that.
They did the last in quotes, DLC, if you call it that, like 3 days before the movie. So if they do that for Solo, they could just do a mega launch again. They're like, all right, everybody. And they advertise it. They're like, revamped progression system, new Clone Wars heroes, new reinforcements, customization options, and Solo content. They have like all this crap.
As great as that sounds, it makes no sense to not say anything about it this whole time.
Well, yeah,
sense.
They have a PR problem,
sense.
obviously.
Their PR. I mean, no matter what, they're idiots. I'm just gonna throw that out there. No matter what they do, they're morons. Because either they have a bunch of stuff together and they just decided not to say anything for all this time just to be assholes, or they aren't doing anything, which also makes them morons. So either way, they're idiots. There's no way getting out of that at this point for everybody involved in this. I'm beyond. Like, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what the hell they're trying to do, and I can't. I don't have an answer for it anymore. I have no idea what the hell they're doing. This whole debacle the last 3 or 4 months.
We've came up with a crap ton of ideas that could save this game. Just small stuff. We're like we did a whole podcast about a hot fix to fix the heavy because it was broken. We're like, there's no way they can let this last in the game for an entire month, and they fucking are. They just swept it under the rug. They're like, whatever. They can just, like, there's tons of people quitting every day because that hero glitch, or the heavy glitch. I call it Heavy Front 2 because it's nothing but the heavy. Because that's all there is. If you pick a hero, you're dead. That is a huge turnoff to new fans. They have this new hot skin that they're trying to advertise and get people to come back and play. Well, these new players are coming in. They're getting massacred every time they pick a hero because of the heavy glitch. And then they're turned off instantly. What the hell's wrong with them? They even have the ability, server side, to turn stuff off. They've said it before. And Battlefront Updates even brought this up before. He's like, well, hopefully they turn this off server side because they have the ability to do that. Why the fuck didn't they do that? Just go in, turn off the heavy explosive shot so nobody can use that mod until they fix it. But okay, that's a different problem. There's so many things that are simple that they don't do.
It's not inappropriate at this point to bring that up. It's one of the many incredibly stupid things they're doing at the moment that makes absolutely no sense. I mean, they haven't. I don't think they've thrown in the towel. I don't think they've pulled the Mass Effect Andromeda thing and just totally let the thing die. I mean, it feels like that's kind of what they're doing. But there's certain things that's happening that make me feel like they're not going to do that. But at the same time, it just doesn't add up. Their actions, the things they're saying, their other actions. It doesn't line up. It just looks like everybody involved in this game is on completely different, like Disney, EA, DICE. It's like they are all on different waves of communication, and the three of them are not working in sync at all. Or this is gonna it's just a complete disaster. But I think I guess it can be salvaged, but only from a I don't know,
if they want it to be.
They would have to, even if they would release a mega pack in June or July or something, they'd still need to do something. It feels like it's still probably not going to happen.
There's too many. The trust is already broken for a lot of people.
Oh yeah. Well, most people lost trust at release. That's why it was such a horrible release in the first place, and a lot of people still aren't totally sure whether the game has pay to win or not, which is asinine. But
the people that defend this, like when I brought up the Fortnite question to people, Like, what would get more content first, Fortnite or this game? News about this game or Fortnite. There's been like 2 Fortnite patches since I did a poll about about Battlefront. But people were like defending this game like, oh, it's got to go through EA and Disney first. Like, is a heavy patch got to go through Disney? Hey, Disney, can we fix this heavy glitch that we put into the game that's making people not want to play it?
I find it hard to believe
that got to be approved by Disney?
That they're throwing everything.
And they're going to say no
Disney.
to that?
I mean,
yeah, I don't think Disney. I think Disney gets involved when it comes to like hero skins and shit. I don't think Disney's watching over them every patch that they do. That would be insane.
It to EA in the first place. They gave it to EA for them to manage it, not for Disney to have to micromanage the hell out of it. The only reason Disney even really got involved was because they did so horribly at the beginning. Disney's like, what the hell are you guys doing?
I think people overestimate the involvement of Disney.
Yeah, I don't think Disney's super directly involved.
Even if they have to get it approved by EA, is that such a painstaking thing? Like, hey, bosses, we broke something. Can we get it fixed? And the EA's like, no, you have to wait a month.
This brokenness
you have to release all the patch stuff at once. No emergency patch for you.
I just imagine all the EA producers are dressed up like heavies, and they're like, no, keep it. I want more heavy. Just like
it's the saddest. The heavy's been broken ever since release. Because the heavy had Sentry, and then they fixed the Sentry, then they rebuffed the Sentry, and now there's this explosive shot. The heavy needs freaking removed
the combat
or redone or something. That's another thing. There's so many balancing issues with this game still that they can't get right, and there's simple fixes. I'm going to name off a few in rapid fire right now. Han needs more health. Explosive shot doesn't need to turn off Boba's jetpack. Vader's choke is broken. Leia's secondary fire is broken. Iden's shield is broken. Palpatine is still overpowered. Emotes don't work. There's a bunch of stuff that's still broken in this game. Like the emotes don't even freaking work. And that's one of their, I guess, selling points. Like, open up loot crates to get emotes or unlock emotes.
Do they have selling points at this point?
There's still a glitch where duplicates don't give you any crafting parts. That's still going on.
Yeah. They still haven't fixed the fact that they're... like we said with the progression system, the easy fixes to it, they've done a little bit there, but they still could do much more. I mean, the biggest thing they never fixed, which was the fact that epics cost so freaking much. And there's no reason for that on their end or anyone else's. And I know they could fix that pretty damn quickly and easily. So why in God's name have they not done that?
A lot of these major problems are stuff that mods have fixed simply with one person. Like, they just went in, changed a few numbers, ta-da, it's done.
We can go deeper. The mods have shown how much stuff is there that Battlefront either has not finished fully or has just decided not to release. The Hoth skins,
the mods have showed
them a long time ago. There's other skins.
Showed us customization. They showed us. They give us arcade maps on maps that don't work. They've given us the ability to turn off lightsabers. They've done tons of stuff that the developers say is too hard to do.
They showed us the customization menu. They showed us the Sentinel class. They showed us the stats screen. They showed us something else too. They also showed us that Sunny Endor map that I guess they're not going to release. Like, they showed us so much stuff that EA is apparently, or EA DICE is working on, and it's just either they threw it away and said this might actually work, get rid of it, get it out of my face, or they just are refusing to release it. Either way, it's just insane. I don't understand. Like, there seems to be content there that's either almost finished or totally finished, and they're just not doing anything with it. I mean, it's sad when you get to the point that this game, like, we should be talking at this point about how crazy it is that they don't have private match. That just doesn't matter compared to the rest of this.
Yeah, if everything, like, what didn't we get private match and stuff by this point in the first game?
I don't remember. I don't think I had it by this point in the first game. because I still hadn't played it because I was pissed at the first one.
Either way, private match should have been into the game at launch. It's a different story. There's so many things that they haven't done to fix this.
How did we get to the point where looking at the first Battlefront, we feel like, wow, now that's a game that was done well. That's where we've gotten because this game's so bad. We're starting to look at Battlefront 1 in a positive way, which was a crapshoot in a lot of ways. But at least they weren't doing this.
The reason, like, we get extra pissed because compared to like the fans because we rely on this game. Same with like
it's also true.
Other Battlefront channels. Like, if you play something else, it's already shown. People get pissed. Like, we've done a few live streams of other games. People unsubscribe. They get pissy. Like, I don't know. Like, people have tweeted at me saying, you need to keep playing Star Wars, or your channel's going to shit because you're not doing Star Wars. Like, what do you want me to do? I can only play this game so much. You want me to just keep playing over and over and over and over and over about the heavy? Like, it's not fun for me anymore. I don't want to support the game because they don't support it themselves. And like I feel bad for other content creators that that do Star Wars because they're all talented. Well, like most of them. Some of them are just douchebags.
Leave that unnamed.
But like Battlefront Updates, Elliot, his whole channel is called Battlefront Updates, and he's suffering pretty hard too because there's no updates. Like, he has to, his updates consist of like basic stuff like, hey guys, the new Luke challenge for week 2's out, haven't heard anything yet, Dennis tweeted the other day. Like, so yeah. And then if he does anything different, which I've seen on his channel, he gets dislike bombed and stuff. So if you guys want to see your favorite Battlefront creators still have channels, support them when they do other stuff. I'm not just talking about me and Cookie. Support like Battlefront Updates, or even if you like Star Wars HQ or Quinn Knight or whoever it is that you may enjoy watching that does Star Wars, support them if they play something different, because, I mean, if you want to, like, say there's a Battlefront 3 or there's a new Star Wars game, we're obviously going to cover that in the future. And if we can't make it to that point,
we're still there. That's the point. Yeah, if we're still
we
there,
have to make it there. So don't give us so much crap if like Battlefront Updates decides to play freaking, I don't know, Lego Batman, whatever it is he decides to play.
Lego Batman.
Don't freaking hate on him because he's playing something different.
Lego Batman. Doesn't play Lego Batman. Like,
it's an example.
Now that would be a little like, really, guys? That's a departure.
He's got to make it to Battlefront 3, and we have to, or the next DLC, and I mean, if we don't have any views, we're not going to make it that far.
Yeah,
so that's why we're extra hard on this game.
It's a sad time overall. I mean, not just for us as creators, but us as like major fans of this video game franchise, and obviously Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like we've said before,
kids of the first
the originals. We adored them. It's still my favorite game ever, with the second one, the original. So I mean, and this game had tons of potential when it first came out. We were really supportive of it. Even with the whole pay-to-win thing, I still really enjoyed this game. I thought it was really good. I thought they did a lot of good things. But now it's just such a shame looking back on that, because it really was a fun game to play once upon a time. Now it's really sad what it's become. But I hope they do. I don't know what hope to have, because I don't know what they could do. I mean, I hope they try, I guess.
All right, so let me tell you how they can fix it, other than the obvious thing I stated about them relaunching the game. Like, they have to have something significant, because it's been so long. It's been like 4 or 5 months. It's going to probably be about 5 or 6 months before we get something. So everybody's expectations are so high, because we're like, well, they've had this long, they obviously have something good. So if they give us, like, 2 heroes might not be enough. Especially, I mean, Do you think 2 heroes will be enough, even especially if they're solo related? Because if they give us,
Oh, if they're solo related, boy, that movie better be really successful.
like
otherwise, no.
Like right now we're considering it. Like we think it's going to be solo stuff, obviously, and that will be the death of the game. So we already think that the game's dead and it's going to die because it's obviously going to be solo stuff. But are they going to pair Clone War stuff with it? Like I don't know what good guy heroes they could give us for solo. Because are we going to care about a secondary character? Because Han and Lando are the main dudes.
You never know how interesting Emilia Clarke or Woody Harrelson's characters might be. I don't imagine they'll give us young Han or Lando. Actually, I could see them doing that, but that would be incredibly stupid. So, the villain, I'd have no idea.
We have 2 Falcons. They could give us a young Han.
They could give us 3 Falcons. There's the new Falcon, too.
God.
3 Falcons.
3 Falcons.
This Falcon would have made more sense than Rey's Falcon, though, but it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have another Chewie, young Chewie.
Well, is it going to be enough though, Cookie? Like, what do they have to give us bare minimum? Because people's standards are through the roof now.
Bare minimum
2
to
heroes,
do exactly
3 heroes,
what? To like revive the game and bring it back to...
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, to bring hype back to the game. To revive the current community that's pretty enraged. And,
if you gave them
bring back new people as well.
Anything Clone Wars in April, I think it would... I don't know if it would bring the whole thing back, but it would make a huge difference. Even if it was like something relatively basic, like you gotta at least give 2 Clone Wars heroes, some Clone Wars classes like Droidekas or ARC Troopers or something, and then some Clone Wars planets like Geonosis or Mustafar or all kinds of different things.
All in April? So you want 2 heroes, a map, and reinforcements? All in April?
That's bare minimum.
Solo stuff.
And that would make a big difference. And then if they had solo stuff in May, I think people wouldn't be upset about that at all. Like,
well, yeah,
like we said before, we wouldn't personally be upset
against
about content. Or upset about content
I'm not
before
upset
other
about
content.
solo stuff. It's just the fact that they waited this long and then gave us something nobody wanted. That's underwhelming. Like, no one knows any... You know what's sad? Is that we're getting DLC content the same rate we're getting movies. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Think of
Let
it that
that
way.
sink
We're
in.
getting movies. We're getting movies just as frequently as we're getting DLC for this game.
Ouch. Yeah, I don't think that was Disney's original plan with this EA stuff. I think they wanted video games at a similar rate to movies. And they're getting DLC at a similar rate to movies.
I think that's a good ending note.
Yeah, just let that sink in
super
for a
long
while.
Rant. Getting DLC as frequently as we are movies.
Damn. That sucks.
But
yeah,
what do you guys think? What can they do to save it? Obviously,
there's tons of opinions you could have on this one. We honestly don't know. But
and let us know what you want us to do in the future. Like what games? If you want us to keep covering Battlefront, like I don't know what we're gonna do. Well, that's something we got to figure out.
We're pretty open to suggestions on that one because we're not really sure what to do. So, a lot of things you can hit up in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. I'm sure there's some of you out there who think we're wrong. Go ahead and hit up the comments with that too. Whatever you guys want to state in the comments below. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And that's pretty much does it for us, guys. This has been our rant.
Good.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Will you join me? Accept your fate. I grew impatient.